I've realized in going to my second year of TMS recovery, Mindbody Syndrome, neuroplastic symptoms, like one of my triggers is Imposter syndrome. Because I've done so well, and I think a huge part of like kind of the OCD nature of TMS is like the catastrophic thinking, like the paranoia, the like jinxing, really. That's the OCD thing, like the jinxing of like doing so well and sharing with others that you're doing so well, and like it jinxing you and it all comes crashing down. So for really the first like really almost full year of my TMS recovery, I really insulated myself from people. Like certainly anybody who had like the diagnosis and things that I supposedly had, and certainly the illness groups. And I like blocked a lot of people. Like I just didn't want them to see like how I was doing, or like my content, or like my running progress or my recovery progress. And I didn't share anything further about my symptoms. Like I didn't talk about my symptoms because I knew that was like rule numero uno in TMS recovery. So like I kind of was really quiet for a while, and like I would occasionally share something. But I kind of decided like when I got towards like the 11-month mark, when I was really like closing in on like a year of recovery and like things had gone so well, like I was really sick of like when I would occasionally say something to people, they'd be like, oh my God, what progress? Or you're like, you're doing so well. Like what a comeback story. But like, it was, I don't know, like I know that's supportive. I know I sound so bitchy, but like the way they said it, I'm probably just not getting the quotes right, but it was like, they still saw me as like, you're only 50% there, or like you're not back to like where you used to be anymore, like keep going. And I'm like, but no, like I am back where I used to be before all this happened to me. Like I'm running as fast as I used to run. I'm running sometimes faster than I used to run, and my symptoms don't get in the way of me doing anything physical like I used to with the pain. Like I like went up and down the stairs of my house for like 9 months, probably, maybe even longer, 1 foot at a time, like my right foot always first, and like going up or down. Like I did so many crazy things for so long because I was just so afraid of my pain and injuring myself. Like all the running, I know I talk about the running all the freaking time, but like that's just like the penultimate thing, if that's even the word. Like that's just like, you know, kind of the hardest challenge because it's hardcore like physical exercise for me. So like I just was so sick of people saying that, and me being like, what else do I need to like prove to you for you to just like let that image or conceptualization, like let that version of me that suffered in 2024, like let it go. Like I don't want that to be like the thing that you think of when you think of me. I don't want that to be the first thing. Like I am so sick of being like the girl that used to be able to run well, and she was on her way to Boston, and then like her leg stopped working, and then she got all these crazy like pain symptoms, and she thought she was injured all the time, and she was in PT like 2 or 3 times a week for like a year, and she kept getting MRIs and x-rays, and then she had the weird chronic itching and hives and like all the things. Like those are just like the major 3, but all the other TMS symptoms that I got, like I was so sick of being seen like that person. And I realized like the way that I was gonna have to like stop people from seeing me that way was just like start posting every run that I did and like kick ass on every run, and like whatever, maybe that's just my TMS personality or whatever. Like I didn't mean to do it to like brag, but I just meant to do it for people to just get sick of it. Honestly, I was like, if I post every run that I do, like people are just going to get real sick of it, and they're going to stop the comments, and hopefully they're even going to stop the likes and the hearts. So I think like doing that really was like, I'm putting myself out there again, and I'm feeling the imposter syndrome because I'm having all these amazing things. Like over that month that I started doing it, it's been a little over a month now, I think I've been doing that. Like I did my best half marathon ever. I did like 2 5Ks that were probably my third best ever, and I got like second place for females in a race, and like I just had like so many good things happen. And it's like, oh my God, like now what if my symptoms return and it all like goes downhill again? Or like if I stop posting my runs again, like people are gonna be like, oh, she's back there, or it didn't last. I don't know, not so much the latter, but really like I'm putting myself out there that I'm back and I'm fine and I'm normal and I'm recovered, or whatever else you want to say about it. Like I've always been normal, but like in their eyes I'm normal. And certainly like I've had more exposure of myself to like other people, primarily in like the runners dystonia community, because there's not really like I never got in any of the pain groups because I never got into the CRPS stuff. And like, you know, I have still quit my running groups because I don't want to see everybody's fake running injuries. Like, not to say that some running injuries aren't real, but like people have a lot of fake ones too, which are TMS. I can't save the world. So like I've been exposing myself mostly to like kind of like the runners dystonia people, and most of the people that are like safe with like knowing about TMS and accepting of TMS. But I've also put out more videos on that channel again, because I also feel that like I've been sitting on these things, like my 10K that I did last November, which was awesome, and like the first half marathon that I did, I've been sitting on them because I haven't wanted to like put them out there, even though they were amazing and good, because I just didn't want the comments. And I didn't want, I guess, to have the fall from grace. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I reached like another point this week where like I went to go see Dr. Schubner at a local library in Michigan, where he was doing his book release last Thursday. And he inspires me, man. I got to meet him in person, which was really awesome. And we talked about some like runners dystonia stuff. And like, I'm like, I just need to like post my achievements and my recovery and my progress and my success and like what I believe about that disorder in particular. And I'm sorry, I know like nobody that's watching has runner's dystonia unless you're like coming from my other channel, but like all TMS symptoms are the same. I know like I focus on that, but like just take your back pain, your bladder pain, your pelvic pain, your like IBS, your long COVID, your chronic fatigue, like your CRPS, like your chronic itching and hives, like it's all the same. It's all the same. Just substitute it in and think about your own recovery from your symptoms. Like even if you're not there yet, like you'll get there. And yeah, like you have to like prove to people, like it's not your obligation to prove to people, but like there is a degree of like, even though you're like recovered and you're solid in your recovery and you like believe in it and you know that your symptoms are mind body, like you might have a little bit of like imposter syndrome like me, or just like putting yourself back out there and like the normal world. Even if it's not stupid social media posting, I know, God, I'm like 44. I need to give that up. But like, you're going to get comments of like, you're being out there back at the grocery store, or you're going to the mahjong game, or you're like going to your kid's soccer game, or you're like walking around the neighborhood, or you're like going back to work, or you're like maybe not using that pillow on your chair at work, or you're like not getting up and stretching in the middle of a meeting because like you're in pain. People are going to be like, oh, I don't know. People are just going to make comments, and it's all good and well-intentioned. I know no one's like trying to make me feel bad, but like, yeah, that's like my current struggle right now is like putting myself out there, showing my progress, like being brave, showing my progress, trying to get away from like the OCD catastrophic thinking that like, just because I share how well I've been doing, like that doesn't mean that there's going to be some like major consequence or I'm jinxing it or something, and then I'm going to like fall off the wagon or whatever it is with my recovery, because it's not true. It's not true. And like I can't hide for the rest of my life being insulated. Like, I do think it's very important in recovery to like insulate yourself early on and be like really, really careful about who you talk to and how you talk to people, and not talking about your symptoms and not complaining about your symptoms, and being cautious about like doctor's appointments and all those types of things when you're like getting into this work, because you need to like really believe in it, and you can't really be like derailed by all the derailers out there, because society is just set up to derail people from their TMS recovery. So that's going to be a challenge that you'll have to face one day. Maybe you're facing it right now. Let me know. Comment below if you're facing it right now, because it's tough, but it's what I have to do. Like, I can't hide. I need to like live my life as a normal person again. And I'm still like to the point where I sign up for races and I don't tell anyone because I'm afraid. Like the 5K last week, I didn't tell anybody but like my family that I live with, because they're going to be like, where are you going? Like, I literally didn't tell anybody. And I know I'm going to have to like get over that piece of just being a normal person again and getting back out into society, because that's also how other people are just going to see me as a normal person again. And that's going to help my recovery, because just the comments, or, you know, certainly the doubters out there who don't believe that, like, you know, my 10 different medical diagnoses are coming from my brain, even though I know they are. A lot of people don't believe in that. And I just need to make people see me as normal so they can just like let it go. Because I'm not going to convince them. We know that. I'm not going to convince them. They're not open to it. Most people aren't open to it. A couple. I just had to come out to my tree. I love a tree. I only got 13 more days with my tree. I'm gonna have to find a new tree in Florida. I miss this tree. I just sat here and cried for a little bit. It felt good. It felt good because it was, I felt like some of that trauma from the early days was getting released, because I never cried when all this happened to me in 2024. I never cried. With every scary diagnosis I got, I never cried and processed it. And yeah, that's like this like next year of work. I've already done actually a lot of it, going through the anniversaries of everything. Not a lot of it, but certainly some. But there is more in there today, and I was like, yep, that's coming up. We got to go to a cemetery. We got to go hang out with the tree. We got to go feel our feelings. And yeah, I didn't even mean to make a video, but I was like, yeah, this is what's going on for me right now. So I'm going to talk about it and hope it helps others. I know getting that off of my chest really just helped me. I feel so much better. So thank you for watching. Please hit like or subscribe to follow along on my journey with Mindbody Syndrome. There's so much to learn. It's been such a beautiful journey. I'm so grateful that I found TMS and Dr. Sarno and all of those in the community who have helped. It's been great. It's been great. So next stage. It's bettering my life though. It's not just about getting rid of the symptoms. Like, we're doing great with that, but it's bettering the whole life. Mind, body, soul. Mind, body, soul. Always got to get a hug with the tree. I'll see you tomorrow, tree. I'm going to come try to see you every day before I go. At least once a day. At least once.